Okay, so the quote that I chose is on page 119, and it reads, "The abortion had left me with an additional sadness about which I could not speak, certainly not to these girls who saw my house and my independence as a refuge, and seemed to think that I was settled and strong and dependable, which, of course, was exactly what I wanted them to think." Okay. I chose this quote randomly to give me some more insight about close reading. My thesis is that I'm arguing that Lord's diction, so her word choice, indicates that she, in this sentence, could not express any other emotion other than those that would make her fit the image of what the girls view her as, which was her being a very strong and dependable and this is significant because she is the motherly figure to these girls and she cannot do anything to deter the trust they have in her, or because she's very prideful and scared of what will happen if she breaks down those walls. So she doesn't tell the girls about her abortion because that would make her seem weaker than what she wants them to think of her as. If she's a strong, independent, dependable woman, expressing sadness would seem like weakness, I think, to her. And in this, it doesn't seem like she has a person to talk to in the Brandon with this sentence, at least. Like, she didn't talk about the abortion to the Branded, which at the time was pretty much all of her friends. So it doesn't really seem like she can confide in them in this way. And the word choice, all of the adjectives in this are all pretty much something that you would associate with a motherly figure. Settled has a very different meaning than dependable, and dependable has a very different meaning than strong. And sadness is a different meaning because it's not what you would expect from a strong, dependable, settled person, I guess. You can't talk about these emotions that she has to these girls because it would make her seem less strong, less dependable, and less independent, which is exactly what she wanted them to think, as she says in the quote. Going back to pride, she's a very prideful person, as seen this sentence, really. She says could not instead of would not, so she can't let herself speak about the abortion, which could have something to do with pride, I think, but also what has to do with pride is the exactly what I wanted them to think part of this. She says that she wants them to think of her as a strong, dependable person, and that's a little bit prideful, I would assume, and talking about it would enhance her pride. Here is that her relationship with these girls is hindering her ability to let out any other emotion other than the ones that fits this image, this stigma that she's put up against. And this has a lot to do with with identity, with her own identity. Identity shapes you, and you shape your identity, and other people shape your identity as well. So if these girls are shaping her into the identity of her being a settled, dependable, strong person, then she, at least in this sentence, is going to do whatever it takes, even covering up something super traumatic that hurt her a lot and that caused her both physical and emotional pain, and not expressing these feelings of hers. And that I'm not arguing that she should, leave the Branded and not be a part of their friend group anymore and just never talk to anybody. My argument here is that she does not have a person to talk to in the Branded, and that she is in fact their mother figure. This is significant because it makes her seem a lot older than she actually is.